Do you find yourself constantly feeling drained or overwhelmed in your relationships, whether it's with your friends or your family or your significant other? Um, you just feel overdone, right? Well, it could be a sign that it's time to start setting some healthy boundaries. Boundaries are crucial in maintaining those healthy relationships. Without boundaries, we have disaster, right? Boundaries help you define what is acceptable in our lives and what is not, and what we're going to allow and what we're not. It's not about controlling others, but it's about protecting ourselves, respecting ourselves, our wants, our needs. It's about communicating your limits and sticking to them. A lot of people will say, I set some boundaries, they were good. And I'm like, yay. And then the next week they're like, and I'm like, but you said that was a hard boundary for you. Well, they said, and I'm like, okay, so we need to work on that a little bit more because boundaries don't work if you don't stick to them. And what I'm learning and experiencing and noticing is that boundaries are a big problem in relationships with, like I said, friends, family, kids, 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 spouses, even. You have to set those. Employers, jobs, like you have to set those. Churches. Um, there's just a need to set something to protect and respect yourself. Remember, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I'm not doing that today, and prioritizing yourself. It's okay to say, I don't want to, and prioritize yourself. It's okay to say, I'm not going to really listen to this, so I'm going to go and protect yourself. Respecting yourself is a way of showing the best self love to yourself. You have to be able to respect yourself. You have to be able to love yourself, know what you want, know what you need, know your limitations. My limitations and wants and needs may not be the same as yours, or even my significant others, or my child's, my mom's. But you know what I can do? I can talk to them about it, and I can set my boundary. I can be firm. I communicate it to them. And because they love me and care for me, they go ahead and they will respect that. And I can feel comfortable knowing that I'm not allowing things to happen to me, my body, my space that I don't want to. The thing about setting boundaries, when we set those boundaries with others, when we tell people what we want, what we need, we have to communicate this in a clear and direct way. For example, if you tell your kid, if you keep acting up, I am going to take away your stuff, guess what? When that happens, you have to follow through. You've already set their expectations. You've already told them what you want. You've already told them what's going to happen. You have to follow through. Because if you don't, it leaves room for that to happen again and again and again. If you tell your family member, look, we don't have the same beliefs, so I don't want to talk about that. So if you're talking about politics, I'm out, right? The next family get together, we're all sitting around the table and they're like, hey, Joe Biden, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I'm done. I told you I don't want to talk about that, so I'm gone. And you don't even have to get that way with it. You can just be like, I'm going. You don't have to explain anything because you already talked about it, right? You've already communicated your needs to whoever assertively, but yet calmly. You've already asked for them to respect your wants, your needs, your desires, right? So it's up to you to enforce those. It's up to you to make sure that it's being respected. Your boundaries are being respected. You have to be consistent. You have to show others that you are serious about your boundaries. And you have to maybe do that over and over and over. Once you start setting a healthy boundary, what you'll notice is that that can create and lead to healthier relationships. What you might also see is that other people start gaining and growing and understanding, and they set healthy boundaries. They see that you're having a better sense of who you are. You're happier. You're more enjoyable. You're a loving life. So they're like, what's changed here? And then they start doing that. Nothing gets me like nails on a chalkboard more than talking to somebody that says, well, I told them that if they did that again, I would do this because that's a boundary I have. It's a hard boundary. And then I talk to them and they're like, well, no, they nothing. They broke your boundary. They invaded your boundary. They didn't respect your boundary. End of story. Meaning that you then have allowed them an opening to continue to disrespect who you are, an opening to disrespect your values. So we got to hold on to those guys. We've got to create those boundaries. We've got to create that respect value. And we've got to love ourselves to be okay with sharing what we want and need, right? We have to be okay to think about what we really want and need and implement these boundaries. We have to be okay telling our loved ones, our friends, our family, our coworkers, our boss, or whoever, no. No. No is no. And that's all you have to say. So go ahead and take some time. Take some time today to reflect on your boundaries and start implementing them. Put them in place. Put them in place and see how your relationships change. See how your relationships flourish and grow. See how your relationships become healthy. Let others thank you for allowing them to learn what boundaries are. Let them be thankful that you taught them boundaries, because they're going to have a peace of mind. They're going to know that every day, as long as they are implementing their boundaries and keeping them in place and not letting little things come in the way of that, they will feel better. They will feel happier, and they will feel at whole. You know, there's just a happiness that comes with it. By establishing clear boundaries, you get to cultivate respect. You get to like be your true self, and you get to grow respect and see respect and give respect to others when they have boundaries. You get understanding not only of yourself, but of who your friends are. You get to communicate those wants and needs with others. Boundaries are to be a safety net for yourself. Boundaries are a way to say, I love myself, care for myself, respect myself, and I want myself to be my best self. Again, it's not about controlling what other people are doing. It's about respecting yourself. It's about respecting your person, your wants, your needs, your desires. So find you a group of people, find you people that can respect those boundaries that you have. That's all, folks. Set some boundaries, implement them, see how it changes. If you already do this and you do this well, I'm proud of you. Keep doing it. If it seems that relationships are straining today, they might not be tomorrow or next year. Sometimes it takes time to get used to boundaries, and sometimes we have to get rid of people because they just cannot respect our boundaries. Sometimes we have to quit our job and change because they won't respect our boundaries. Right? But at the end of the day, we'll be happier. We'll be healthier. Our mindset will be clearer, And you will see that there's a positivity that comes from you because you're getting to respect yourself. So, you guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back. Bye, guys.